to Saturday Morning Momentum. This is episode 12 of our weekly time together as a community to get stuff done. We have Power Hour where we just spend our time knocking out something that we want to get done that's going to be meaningful to us, get us, propelled to the next step of something, whatever it is. I mean, your power hour may actually be getting extra rest or eating your breakfast and having a cup of coffee. I mean, your power hour is whatever's going to re-energize you for the day. And I'm being joined by some wonderful ladies here. We have Liz, we have Jen, and we have Lee. And I want to welcome everyone who has been in our community from day one. Welcome, welcome. Hope y'all have been well. Want to welcome anyone who is new. Please introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, what you're up to. Get to know people in the chat. We are a friendly group. We're here to lift each other up and support each other, but also hold each other accountable. And for anyone who's watching on replay, thank you so much for watching. Welcome. Let us know what you did during your power hour. I'm always curious. Anyway. So hello, ladies. How are y'all today? How did your week go, Liz?
I had a fantastic week. So I finally finished my PhD and graduated. So that is done. Hallelujah. That's wonderful. What else? I wrapped up the academic year, and for once I did not agree to teach anything this summer. So I think this is my first summer off legitimately since I was like 14. So that's amazing. And trust me, I'm very far away from 14. What else? I made all my doctor's appointments. So you'll be proud of me, Kat. Yes, I've got all that ready to go. So it was a lot of gold stars.
Yes. Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. And I saw your pictures at graduation and your smile was so big.
Yeah.
So you could just see like sheer happiness coming
Not
through.
As big as my advisor, who I think was even happier to see me graduate.
Yeah. So yeah, you deserve lots of gold stars. How about you, Jen? How was your week this week?
It was a week. I did a couple of the things I wanted to do. I did get my Discord channel going, put channels in there. I'm still figuring it out, but I feel proud that I could figure out what I've figured out so far. So that's been fun. And then I was going to bulk record a lot of videos last week. I ended up recording and scheduling one. But I've realized my problem because instead of when I talk about bulk filming, instead of just filming and then going back and editing later, I will film and then I immediately edit, which takes all day. You all know this if you're doing videos. I'm like, I can edit while my daughter's home. I can do that. I just can't be on making a video. So I've learned my lesson, and my daughter, she had her last day of school Thursday, so she'll be home for the summer. And most of you probably know that she is significantly developmentally delayed, mentally and physically. So the most of my summer is going to be taking care of her. But Tim is off this weekend, and he's actually off Monday. So I'm going to do some bulk filming those days, and I'm not going to edit. Just going to film.
Well, I mean, I think that's great. I mean, because the stumbling block is that you wanted to film a lot and then you want to edit after the fact. But I can understand that. Part of it, I think, I mean, I could be wrong, is if you catch a mistake, you can kind of fix it right then and there instead of trying to figure out how to fix it. But it's okay. You can always insert something. You can always say, when I was doing this, I forgot XYZ. I've done that before where I forgot to mention something and I just put a slide in and just or whatever. But you acknowledge what your stumbling block was, and then you're over it. You already have some solution to do it. So I hope it works out that if you can get that much done, because like you said, the editing takes forever.
It does. And I always think it's not going to take as long as it does. And you would think after doing this for like a year and a half, I would know how long it's going to take. But sometimes I'm stubborn. I'm like, well, this time it's not going to take as long.
Yeah, but also I think everyone would agree. I think what ends up happening is, depending on the type of video you're doing, will depend on how much time it takes to edit.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So, how about you, Lee? How did you do this week?
I had an okay week. For my intentions, I did finish my DC challenge. I forget how many miles that was walking, and I already got the medal, so I was super excited for that. I went to the doctor. I booked my blood work, so I really won't know any results of the doctor until I did the blood work. I didn't do the Pilates class because my shoulder and my back are still hurting me, and now I'm kind of getting down on myself that I keep canceling the class. But I'm like, do I go and be in pain and get hurt more? Sounds stupid. So cutting it off. I was very productive in other ways, though, like just getting a lot of other stuff done, like that I didn't plan on. That just came up along the way. And then at work, we have this very bratty guy that works there, and that's the only appropriate word for him. And he was given permission to do a little bit of something, but then he went and did more. And then when I went to my boss to kind of be like, where there was a cabinet outside my desk, I'm like, where did it go? He goes, well, he said he talked to you. I'm like, no. So then he also got scolded for not, for saying, oh, I talked to her about it already and she was okay. I'm like, no, my stuff's on the ground now. Like I'm a homeless person. What are we doing here? So it was also the little petty side of me that was like, haha, you got yelled at. But, so even though I was annoyed and my stuff is still sitting on the ground, I'm happy he got yelled at, and that kind of, satisfied me. And now it's the weekend, so who cares?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Lee's dark side.
Oh yeah, no, that's. And like when he walked by me, I almost wanted to stick my tongue out at him and be like, ha. But I was like, you know what? He could be your child, so just let it go and move on. So.
Right.
I have never related more to Lee than I do right now.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
So I felt better about that, but and sometimes you get done the things you weren't planning on. All of a sudden, like, somebody's available and my husband's like, no, let's clean this and do that. And we could find it. And I'm like, all right, yeah, let's do that. So sometimes maybe it's not your plan, but you got to just roll with what's happening. And it worked out for something that if I did try to plan that, it would have never happened anyway. So.
Yeah. So for my week, I'm very proud of myself. I'm going to toot my own horn here because I had a stellar week. I checked off all of my boxes. Now, I'm glad that I did what Lee did the week before by only walking the one day, because it did take so much pressure off, and I got the walk in and I was like, oh, this is amazing. And I actually walked in the morning, which kind of set the tone for the day. So I was very excited about that. Now, is my scrapbook room totally cleared out? No, it is not. But I did spend 4 hours and 10 minutes in my scrapbook room, and mainly was focused on putting away my packing materials for when I want to send books out, and the closet, pulling out stuff in the closet, see what I have in there. Of course, I have 2 tubs of books in there. One belongs to Andrew, and the other are all like my teaching books that I used when I was teaching school, mainly like second grade. And it's like, I don't know what to do. Should I give them to Claire, who's starting her journey, or keep them because I do like them? I don't know. That's going to be the decision I have to make. Claire is my niece, and she's just graduated, and she's going to be teaching first grade. So anyway, I could pass them along to her, but like then I'm looking at them, I'm like, I really like these books. Some of them I don't have in my collection, my personal collection. So I'd probably keep those. I don't know. But anyway, I'm very excited about it. I did kind of procrastinate a little bit before jumping in my scrapbook room. I will admit that. But it's what Gretchen Rubin calls like procrastinating, where you kind of work, but you're kind of procrastinating. So everything I was doing was stuff like I needed to do anyway, like watering my plants and laundry. But it was sort of like, I'm going to do all these little things first, and then I'm going to go in there. So I don't know. I just feel much better because I've at least started. And there's other things in my room that I didn't realize. I have some of Andrew's stuff in there too, like blocks from when he was little. I'm like, why do I have this in this room?
I'm proud of you.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm very, very excited. I went to Spa 728 with my son, got back on my protocol. I restarted that, Did all my zombie badges yesterday for Zombie-thon. Felt really good about that. I think I'm going to time track another week because it's helping me stay accountable. I was trying to see how many hours I spent on social media just scrolling and doing nothing, but I haven't calculated. I mean, I have it written down, but I need to like add it up. But it doesn't look very much. Maybe 2.5 hours for the week, which is not terrible. I mean, I've been on social media for Zombie-thon, but I'm just talking like just mindless. Let's look at, stuff that I don't really need to be looking at. So I don't think that's too bad out of 168 hours if I only did it for like 2.5. And that's about what it looks like. So anyway, yes, gold stars for me.
Yay.
Okay, so let's see who is here and what's going on with everybody else. So Swank is here. Today's World Jazz Day, Tiara Day, and Endless Breakfast Day. I should go get my tiara and wear it. And Emma's here. Good morning. I'll be focused on writing and reading today. Love that. Endless breakfast, you say? Mind if I do. And then hello to Violet from Swank. Oh, to M. I'm like, Violet? I don't see a Violet. M goes by many names. Hello, Hermie. How are you? Eleanor's here. Hey, from San Diego. Enjoying a quiet morning with coffee before the family wakes up, then heading to a beach party this afternoon. Love hearing how everyone is getting organized this weekend. I know. I love it, too, because you learn tips and tricks. And Denise is awake. Yay. I made it. Making my coffee now. Going to do some dusting. Yeah, Denise said the other day, she's like, I'm going to try to get up early to join. And good morning, Jen. Not sure if I'll be here the entire time because I'm going to get my vegetables for my garden with my dad. But until then, I'm going to straighten up and edit a video. Sounds good. And thank you, Jen. Good morning from California. Hello, Jimmy. And Swank and M are telling us congratulations. Good morning, Matt. I'll be eating with blueberries and strawberries. Oh, so like your blueberries and strawberries are on the side of you and you're eating with them?
Tea party.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm going to get a thumbnail done for today's video and upload it. And then I'm going to diamond paint and listen to Compound Fracture by Andrew Joseph White. Yeah, so go ahead and start putting y'all's intentions in since our friends are starting to tell us about them. Let's see. I lost myself. And then we have some more congratulations to Liz. Yay. Yes. Lots of congratulations for sure. You're doing the thing, Jen. You're amazing. Oh. See, this is what we need. We need to be lifted up, everyone. Good morning, Tina. Congratulations to Liz. You got this, Jen. I follow the same trap with bulk filming. Yeah. Hello. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, Alicia. Alicia is the taskmaster. I'm telling you, she's got it going on her. Hermie. And I hope you heal quickly, Lee. Yeah. Because I think injuries sideline you, get you out of your routine. It's like a demon.
Yeah.
Preventing you from doing the good stuff in your life. I'm sorry, Jen. Didn't mean to make you choke, but that's what I feel like. It's like something like that. Take hold of you. Those unexpected accomplishments are awesome. I agree. Yes, for celebrating the wins. Lee, you reminded me to do that. I needed that.
Nice.
And love that you have a scrapbook room, Kat. I have crafting space, but hope to have a dedicated area someday. Yeah, we turned our room that was where we kept our exercise equipment in it, and we weren't really using it. So I'm like, you know what? Because I had my scrapbook room and my office, which I had all my school stuff. And it was like every time I had to scrapbook, I had to take everything out, put it back. So that was a stumbling block, and I never wanted to take my stuff out. So my husband was like, sure, go ahead. He was probably thinking, I want that room for myself.
Right.
My poor husband has a closet, I think. Literally, I think that's all he has is a closet. Although he is eventually going to build a garage outside. How long that's going to take, I don't know. He's been dreaming about it for many, many years. So yay, thank you, Em. Doing the little things add up, and it sounds like you got a lot done. I did.
Mhm.
You get a gold star and you get a gold star. Oh yeah, like
Right.
you get a gold star and you get a gold star. Hey, Olivia, how are you? And Lee gets a gold star for not sticking out her tongue out.
Thank you.
I would give her one if she had. I'd give her two if she had.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that she would have gotten a gold star for doing it, but she gets a gold star for, like refraining from doing it.
Yeah.
But I guess if you could envision giving him the tongue, like doing it to him in your mind and then like making his reaction up, that would just be as like
Exactly.
it's kind of like me when I flamethrow people, in my brain. It's just such a satisfying feeling. And then I just smile at them and they have no idea that I've just flamethrow, throwing them. Today starts my birthday week, so doing a little shopping, relaxing, and having some cheesecake on Monday. Yay! Birthdays are awesome. That's impressive scrolling time, Kat. I always feel so inspired and encouraged in this group. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's one thing that time tracking helps with, at least for me. It's hard for me to write down that I did something like that. It's sort of like when I used to keep a food diary and I'd have to write that I ate a Snickers bar. It's like you can't sit there and be upset that you didn't make any progress health-wise when you're eating a Snickers bar. Okay, so it always makes me hesitate when I have to like record it. No, nobody sees it. I mean, I'm admitting it to y'all, but this book is for me. So it's not like anybody's going to come in and be like, I see you did XYZ. I just can shame myself. I don't need anybody to do it for me. And autocorrect tongue, not tonight. Yeah, but we know what you meant. And ciao, Olivia. Hi, Swain. I'll be continuing my self-help book. Excellent. And highs. And in my oatmeal, didn't finish the sentence.
I had blueberries and bananas in my oatmeal today, so it's great month.
I had corn grits with ham in it. So that was my breakfast. Sorry, I was a bit eager with my intentions today. No. That's fine. We want y'all to start putting those intentions in. And you just started us off. And highs. Great progress in your scrapbook room, Kat. I know I have a lot to do. Like, I'm too embarrassed to show y'all the picture of it. I took a picture of it, but I'm too embarrassed. I'm like, I know that they're not going to judge, but they might be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Like, how does people put that in their one room? Because that's kind of how I feel about it. Like, how did it get this way? And you know what's so funny about it is I really did. A part of me thought I was going to go in there and like wipe it out in one day. And I told Barry later, I was like, yeah, I only got XYZ done. And then I was like, I don't know why I thought I could get it all done in one day when it took me months and months and months to make it this way. Those demonic injuries, they are demonic. It's like right when you feel like you're doing good, then you get injured. And it's like, really? Like I was making progress. You imp, get off my back. This is not funny. I'll be reading for the Power Hour today. Excellent. And then today I want to watch some BookTube and put away some craft, diamond painting, and book stuff. Sounds good. I love organizing. The thing I think the key about organizing is everything has to have a home. And I don't know if you ladies have that at your homes. I don't have that at my home. So that's the thing I need to kind of figure out how to do that, because I'm terrible about putting things in front of things. And so like when you have to get to it, you pull it out. And so it's such a pain to put it back. I got to stop that. I got to figure it out. And hellos. Okay, so what are you going to be doing, Liz, during your Power Hour?
Well, I have plans, but I think I have to spell it out because he's sitting right next to me, but I'm going to take my dog for a WALK. I think instead, because he just is looking at me with the big brown eyes. So that is what I'm going to do, and probably listen to a podcast.
Okay, awesome. How about you, Jen?
Today is Tim's birthday, so I made him usually 2 strawberry pies every year, like homemade. But you can also make like a peach pie with a similar kind of recipe. So he's got strawberries and peaches. And then he picked up the crust because I forgot to get him the other day, and he brought 3 crusts. And I'm like, with 3? I said, "Are you for real?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, would you make me 2 strawberries and 1 peach?" And I said, "Of course." So that's what I'll be doing through this hour, making strawberry pies and a peach pie. And if I have time to do anything else, I plan to kind of do some prep work for the videos that I am going to be filming this weekend on Monday.
Awesome. How about you, Ling?
I'm going to be doing some planning for next week and some cleaning up and a little bit of organizing on the shelves above me. So that's it.
That sounds awesome. I am going to do my planning because I didn't do it yesterday. I was working on my Zombie-thon stuff yesterday. So I'll be planning out my week again. If I have any extra time, I might clear out stuff in my office. I don't know if I will or not. I also need to make my to-do list of little things I'd like to accomplish on top of my intentions. But that's what I'm planning. I feel like the last 2 weeks, that's what I've done, and it's worked out very well. I like having my little map of what I'm going to be doing. So Em said everything is supposed to have a home here, but they often get lost. I get that. And then I'll be reading during Power Hour as well. Excellent. And yum to pies. I agree. That is amazing. So let me get our Pomodoro Kitty set up. Share the screen. Okay, officially started. And let me get our little banner up here. So we're officially in Power Hour. So happy whatever you're doing. Happy Power Hour. That's what I'm going to say. Happy Power Hour. Okay. Well, let me see this one comment. I'll be getting for shopping. I'll be getting ready for shopping and working on video during Power Hour. Excellent. Okay. Bye, y'all. That scared me. Oh, goodness. Okay, let me stop this. I knew I only had a couple of seconds, but I'm like, surely I can write this quickly. Oh my goodness. It did. It made me jump. Okay, so how did you do, Liz? How was your WALK?
That was great. I had a cup of tea, but Kat, I have to show you what arrived for me in the post because you're gonna die laughing. This is literally the dumbest thing I now own, and I love it. Okay, look, it's a Jessica Fletcher action figure. The fact that they make these, I can't. Kat knows I'm calling 2025 my year of Jessica, so now she can look at me with both of her heads because there's two.
I think that is amazing. I love
Oh
that.
my gosh.
That is amazing. I love it. I think that's the best thing that you can add to your collection.
I think so.
And I mean, I guess if you're having a rough day, you could always pull out your Jessica doll and kind of talk to her.
And I can flip off the heads.
What would you do?
What would you do?
Oh, what did you get up to, Jen? Did you?
I got dressed and fixed my hair and got the first part of the pies done because you have to do like the first step and then you have to wait a little while and do the next step. So I'm making progress.
Very good. And how about you, Lee?
Good. I did set up my planners and got a lot of cleaning and organizing done here. I can't actually believe there's this much space up here now because I'm like, it was just junk.
That is amazing. I know. Doesn't it make you feel good?
Yes.
And you don't have to fill it up with stuff right away.
No, I like that there's nothing there now. I'm like, oh, it screams possibilities, you know?
Well, I took care of my little planner for the week and I got my to-do list done. And I had pieces of papers here that had like little notes jotted here or there. So I wrote them down somewhere that I could actually take action with it. So I'm terrible about writing things down on Post-it notes and scrap pieces of paper. And then, I actually crumpled up the one of the title of the book that you told me earlier today, Liz. And I'm like, I know I wrote that down. I had to go uncrumple it and write it where it needs to be written. So that I can take care of that. But I'm excited about my week because I did leave some open spaces in case I can't get to anything. And I kind of like that, like Lee's blank shelf. I like having a blank day.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be filled with things, but like right now, it's nice to look at it. You know, what can I say? So let's see how everybody else did during that time. We did have some people pop in. So, okay, Susan popped in and said, good morning. Sorry, I'm late. Hey, it's whenever you get here. Best intentions don't always work as we planned. That is true. And today I'm working on the website for my new business. Yay. And trying to get that up and running. I think that's amazing. Susan, you and Jen need to like coordinate something because Jen was also in the process of working on a website. Not that it's putting any pressure on you,
No,
Jen.
I haven't looked at it in a month. I don't know.
But maybe Susan will be a resource for you when you're ready to go back to it.
Yes, I need help.
You know, that would be good. And then Chris Wildfire came in to tell everybody hello. And so did Emma, my sweet friend Emma. And Jen at Pages and Chaos said, going to hop in the shower. Not sure if I'll make it back before the check-in, but I did some laundry and dishes and read a few chapters, which I also transferred clothes from the washer into the dryer and then put a seat cover into the washer. So I did do that as well. So I gave Jen a gold star because she was very productive. And Susan says, I am not a tech person at all. I have enough trouble with Discord, but I have a friend who is helping me with the site. So, but it's not finished. Yes, but that's good, Susan, because you at least have a resource that can help you. And then you might end up helping Jen. I don't know. Kelly's like in and out. I don't know what she's doing. Are you developing this habit that Tootie has where you don't like the door closed. Did Tootie teach you that bad habit? Bailey's doing so sweet. She's doing so good. And she's still super sweet, except that she still is afraid of her, weather. But we put her little thunder jacket vest on that we had gotten from Kate. She can actually fit in it because we had gotten her shaved down. So I think that might have helped a little bit. So we'll see. And Nicole just woke up. Hit the like button. Yay. That's okay. And get coffee. Hey. We know we are early. We know we're early for some people.
Yeah.
And I jumped at the meow. I did too. I just finished the first season of Dead City. It's actually pretty good. Better than the final few seasons of Walking Dead. Now I'm about to leave for a Comic-Con and hang out with a couple of friends.
Awesome.
I love that. They're having GalaxyCon. I don't know if it's ever been in New Orleans. I've never heard of it until recently. But Greg Nicotero from The Walking Dead is going to be there, and he is amazing. Also, Guillermo and Nandor from What We Do in the Shadows is going to be there too. Oh my gosh, I wish I could remember what their real names are, but that's their names to me whenever I see them. But I don't think I'm going to go. My husband's not a Comic-Con person, and about the only person that I could twist an arm to go with me would be Andrew. And I don't know if he'll go with me. Now that he's, in a relationship, I have to step back a little bit. Sad but true. Oh, I'm sorry, Tina. I forgot to say. Read 23 pages. Excellent. And then Denise cleaned the glass in my china cabinet. Already had the wood done, got the ladder out, and I'm almost finished with the ceiling fan in the living room. That is amazing. Wow. Yeah, dusting can be like quite the project for sure. I'm always fascinated by dust. I just don't really understand how it comes about. Like your house can be clean and you still have dust. It's like a phenomenon that I wonder if anybody's ever written a book about dust. I don't know. I would be fascinated to really know all the ins and outs of it. Okay.
You really don't want to know.
I know it's a combination of a lot of different things. So, yeah. And Liz, that's so cool. Yes. Her Jessica Fletcher is absolutely amazing. Hermie got their video up, and now time to diamond paint. Excellent. Okay, made it back for the check-in. Yay, Jen. And love the Jessica doll. I got 30 pages of Severance read. Good progress. That is good progress. And then Jeff read what I wrote so far. He approves. I read a little as well. And my 10-year-old and I chatted for a while. That's wonderful. Liz, that doll is fun. I also like the ET doll. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I always forget what's in this room.
And I've checked with friends about carpooling to a Mahjong conference in Atlanta on Thursday. That's awesome. And confirmed my son will be here to take care of my 97-year-old mom while I'm gone for the day. That is very wonderful. Yes. And I don't blame you for carpooling to Atlanta because I hate driving in Atlanta. I told my dad yesterday because he's spending the weekend with us. And I said, yeah, I'm thinking I might go try to visit Rachel, my sister, sometime during the summer. And he's like, are you going to fly? And I'm like, because he does not like to fly. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't like to drive in Atlanta. And he said, well, you did very good with it. I'm like, get behind me, Satan, because I am not going to do it. Okay. I don't care how much you tell me how good I am. I'm like, I'm probably going to have a heart attack one time I drive in. You cannot drive the speed limit. You have to drive faster than what it is. And that makes me nervous because you're already driving fast. But if you don't drive fast in Atlanta, you will get mowed over. Mm-hmm. And then hello, Purple Owl 88. Hi, y'all. Got in a chapter in A Song of Drowned Rivers by Anne Ling. Never heard of that, but I'm glad you got in a chapter. Amazing. And Liz, I love your colorful bookshelves. Do you mind saying where you got them? I need to buy some new shelves.
Oh, you mean the blue ones? Where did I get those? Oh, the Christmas shop, which actually is not all Christmas things, which I never knew for the longest time. But that's where I got them. The blue ones. And then the white ones I think were just from Target.
Yeah, my bookshelves are Target bookshelves. They're cheap, but they're sturdy, believe it or not. I mean, as long as I guess you didn't put like something too weighty on it, if you just put what you're supposed to put on it. But
estate sales too. Go to estate sales. They're always selling shelving and it's inexpensive, but usually really sturdy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. And can you tell us again about the calendar sheet you help to plan my week? This is not what I'm going to use forever. A parent gave this to me when I taught school. It just says a week in the life of Catherine Loicano. And it also had a pad, a day in the life, and a moment in the life, something like that. So all it is just a calendar that you fill in your stuff. And I just color code everything by what it is. So, and I just make up the colors. That's all I do. So it's just me putting everything in a block. I put all my commitments and then I make a to-do list and then I just add my to-dos in there. But one of the rules that Laura Vandekam does in Tranquility by Tuesday is to leave blocks of space open. So that way, if you have something like an emergency or something happens, like my nephew had his wife had her baby on Tuesday, and I got to go to the hospital on Thursday and hold the baby for 2.5 hours. I did not do what I was supposed to do that day during that block because I was having a ball holding the baby. So, oh my gosh, he's just precious. I could have held him all day long. I told them, I'm like, if you need somebody just to come and hold the baby, I will come hold the baby. Because I love the newborn stage. I just love it. I mean, they don't do anything. They just are being angelic in your arms the whole time. But I really do love that stage. So yeah, I mean, I wish I could say I have some really like intricate system or something, Susan, but for right now it's that. I would eventually like to do where I could put something on my wall where I could have like my projects listed and then I can move them and make progress. Mitzi Reads and Writes suggested that, and I put that in the Discord under like products and stuff. And actually, Lori at Books, Ink, and Paper is doing something similar to that at home. So it's just a matter of I'm using my tool. I'm using this up. And once I use it up, I'll have to figure something else out. But I need to have visuals and I have to have it pretty much in my face. Because if I don't, I just totally forget about it. And then I go off and do other things. That's pretty much why I don't get everything done on my 25 for 2025 list. Or any list I've ever done since I started doing the list. It's because I don't have it in my face. I need to have it posted somewhere so I can look at it often. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's about, but and oh girl, Jen would be in bad shape if I helped her. I made it less than 24 hours, then called a friend and gave her the login. Well, but the fact that you have a friend, maybe your friend would be willing to help Jen out or could steer Jen in a direction of where she could go. That's my thing. At least you're a resource of where to go kind of thing. And was looking at my to-dos of last week and still haven't finished them. So this is hoping I do it this week. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Yes. And hello, look, he's calling us lovelies.
Thank you.
Slept in today, needed it, going to lunch with 2 of my best friends and then going to see the new Final Destination, which I've heard that one is good. Matt went to go see it the other night and said it was good. He thinks it's just as good as the first one, like in the whole entire franchise. So I don't know.
They're so over the top, but they are so much fun. Even the fourth one, which is like the worst one in my opinion, but it's outlandish getting to see how everybody dies. Because I remember the first time, like my husband watched the first one, I'd seen it a bunch of times, and like, I don't want to give anything away, but there's like a bathroom death and there's like the water's on the floor. He said, he's going to slip and bump his head. I said, you can't even try, babe. I said, you will not figure out what's going to happen. You just got to watch. So, I mean, they're so much fun.
Yeah, it's funny. Final Destination just reminds me of any franchise that has multiple movies. So I was like, when Matt came on, I'm like, is this like Final Destination, 15?
Right.
But I always make fun because I tell my husband, I'm like, yeah, Halloween has a new movie. It's like 427 or something like that, because it just seems like these franchises go on and on. But what does that say? Like any franchise, even if the movies are not the greatest, there's just a love for either the concept or the characters. I mean, like it's amazing to me that there are, I think, 8 Leprechaun movies. I'm like, really? Really? I mean,
Sometimes you just want to turn your brain off and
Right.
just, because I feel like my brain's always like, I have to analyze this. What are the themes here? What lens am I looking at this through? And so I'm like, shut up and just have fun. Like last night, I watched the new Fear Street Prom Queen that dropped.
Oh, how was it?
It's fun.
It is
I mean,
fun.
it's not going to win an Oscar, but I don't want it to. It's just over the top, fun, 80s nostalgia, a bit ridiculous, but that's why I watched it.
Does it hold up to the trilogy that they did a couple of summers ago?
I mean, to me, it did.
Okay. Because I
to
love
me-
the trilogy.
Yeah.
I love the trilogy. That was amazing to me. And then Travis did homework when he got home, and he started Cujo. Oh my gosh, Travis, why are you doing that to yourself?
Kleenex.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that to yourself? Cujo wrecked me. I can't even talk about Cujo. I'm sorry. I need Denise to come dust my house. That is my least favorite chore. I'd rather stick a hot poker in my eye than dust. Oh my gosh. Yeah, dusting. I'm allergic to dust. And do I wear a mask when I dust? No. So then I feel terrible. And hey to Travis from Jamie. Hey to Jamie. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm going to GalaxyCon. Too many cons. Feel like Oprah when it comes to cons. Everything has a con. You get a con. You get a con. Yeah, I do like the Comic Cons, especially if somebody interesting is going. I don't even have to really talk to them. I just like to look at them. David Duchovny probably thought I was the weirdest person on the planet because here I am wearing my X-Files t-shirt. And I was just staring at him the whole time, like, I can't. That is David Duchovny. I'm just like, I could not have gone to speak to him because I would have said something so dumb that he would have really been like, I'm so starstruck. I can't even help myself. When I met Spike, I was like, okay, I'm just going to try to be really calm in this. And of course, what do I say? I've always been Team Spike. I'm like, he probably gets that all the time, but he was very gracious. I'm like, I just can't control myself. But yeah, I went to go see David Duchovny and just stared at him, and then went to his panel and listened to him and the guy. I think his name is Mitch Peglio, the one that played Skinner on the X-Files. Mm-hmm. And their panel was very great, but I just could not bring myself to do it. I could not. I legit just woke up, so if my messages don't make sense, my eyes are still blurry, but I got to support Kat. Oh. My sweet friend, my Travis. And Atlanta is the worst. My son is a cop, and I was trying to talk him into a police escort. He just looked at me and then walked away. I'm from DC originally, and Atlanta isn't bad as DC. Yeah, I can imagine DC would be terrible too. I mean, I've been to DC, but I've only been on a bus because I went with school groups. But yeah, Atlanta. In fact, I took Ubers from the airport and back, and that was the best thing ever. I'm like, I'd rather have a pro drive me. Mm-hmm. So IKEA has great bookshelves, very sturdy and come in different colors.
Nice.
And bless you, Jen. And okay, newborns trump all to do too. Yes, they do. Yes. I mean, they just something about the way they smell, they look, their fingers, their toes. And you know what? He was 9 pounds, almost 12 ounces. So when I saw pictures of him, I'm like, oh, he is kind of chunky. But then when I got him, I'm like, he's so tiny. And they're like, he's big. And I'm like, no, maybe I just haven't had a newborn. But they said when they put him up against a 6-pound baby in the nursery, they were like, oh, I mean, even his mom was like, yeah, you know, he kind of looks like a baby on television when they try to say it's a newborn baby, but really not. I'm like, he seemed tiny to me. And I love that the planning calendar is a tear-off pad. Yes. And what I generally do is I'll keep the tear-offs. I'll keep them. I'll paper clip them together just to kind of see my progress. And then eventually I'll throw them away. But my thing is I'm getting into the habit and I'm liking that feeling. So I don't do the baby phase. We're adopting between the age of 4 and 5, not only because I can't do babies, but we want to give an older child a chance since they don't always get adopted easily.
Yes.
That's a good idea, Travis. Good idea. And I love that you acknowledge that you're not into the baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Visual reminder at all times. Yes. I love that, Travis. My parents adopted my siblings at 2 years old. They were already potty trained. Oh, yeah. Potty training is the worst. I think that's the worst thing about having a child is potty training. Same thing with a puppy. I don't know. Kittens just know what to do instinctually, and you never have an issue with them. But puppies and babies, it was the hardest thing. It was, and then I had boys, which boys tend to be harder to potty train than girls. So I'm just like, why do you not understand this? It's so easy. In all seriousness, that is so wonderful of you to think of the older kids. I agree. Mm-hmm. I can't watch the Final Destination movies if I ever want to fly again.
That's true.
Or drive behind a log truck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Y'all, one time I drove behind a man that had cans in his back. I know it's not the same as a log, but his can bag opened up and they had aluminum cans flying out. And like, you're sitting here trying to dodge. I felt like I was in a video game or whatever. And I'm like, can cans puncture your tires? He's having a blowout or whatever. I'm like, so I don't like to get behind anything that like somebody pulling a trailer, anybody that has like stuff piled in the back of their truck or like a log truck, or the worst, the car.
Yes.
Because I just envision a strap popping off and the car like flying onto my car.
Because they're always shaking around up there. And I'm like,
they kind of look like boom, boom, boom. I'm like, do they use brand new straps every time they strap? That's my thought. Because like it can fray. Like I just get away. Like,
when did they replace the strap when one breaks?
I don't know. I'm just like, so it especially if I'm on the high road. I call it the high road, the elevated road going from the South Shore to the North Shore where it's like all swamp area. Cause I'm like, what if it comes down? It bounces me. I fly off the end and I'm in like the swampy area and there's alligators there. Like I just have this whole vision of it, you know, and I really should get that tool that I can break my glass. You know, they have that tool and break it. Because I'm like, what if I can't get out? I have electric doors. I'm like, no. The things that you think about when you're driving. And hello to Swank. And watch Final Destination movies is like playing the board game Mousetrap. I love it. Just crazy fun. I love that game. We have that Mousetrap game. And that's awesome, Travis. We got to meet Kane Hodder, who is Jason Voorhees at a small venue. It was great. That was my husband's favorite movie franchise. I do love Friday the 13th, the first one specifically. I've only seen, I think, the second one. And then recently, Andrew showed it for a watch party for Zombiethon, the one he comes back as a zombie. And that one was like weird. But my husband did buy me the whole franchise on a DVD thing because I'm always like, where can I watch Friday the 13th? Where can I watch Friday the 13th? If it helps, I once met a nail tech that I used to follow on YouTube. And the first thing I said was, you're bigger in real life.
I'm sure she appreciated that.
Oh my gosh. I could just see the color draining from the nail tech's face at that moment. Like, gee, thanks. I met Elvira 2 times and I was so starstruck, even cried a little, but got great pics and an autograph. Yeah, I have so many stories of being with celebrities, and I just can't. I just cannot. It's funny because when you're a background actor, one of the rules is they tell you never bother the actor and ask for like an autograph or taking a selfie or anything like that. I'm like, you don't have to worry about me. I can't even talk to him. I would be like, I love you. Morning, Stormy. I washed dishes this morning, so I feel somewhat productive. Excellent. And Hermie, I met The Rock and asked if I could touch his arms. Not even high. Travis. Oh my gosh.
You never know. Speaking of The Rock, though, let me tell you about that.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely no driving behind log trucks. And I just love that Final Destination has literally grown up us a collective PTSD. I made my mom stop using tanning beds after the third. And then I also now always unplug my hair dryer no matter what if I'm not using it. And I love your imagination. Yes, it's very wild. It is very wild. I just can't help myself. Because I just feel like if I'm going to have a death, it'll probably be some freaky death. Like I really do think I'm going to die in my closet because I don't clean it out and it's just encroaching out into the bathroom. So one day I am going to fall into it because I do fall into it. I'm going to fall into it and hit my head and no one is going to discover me. It'll be the time when my husband is out of town. My son is going to work really late, and then he's going to think maybe I spent the night at my dad's house or something. Although my car would still be here. I don't know. Would he come and look for me? I'm going to have to ask him. I'm going to say, if you don't find me in the house, please go look in my closet because possibly I've knocked myself out.
I love how much thought you've given this.
Yeah, it's logical.
I really don't think about these whole things. So, yes, because it happens. You would be in trouble with South Georgia. You can't run down the road anywhere without being behind somebody with jacked up stuff strapped to their car, usually furniture. It would be. And my number one bucket list celeb to meet is David Howard Thornton. I'm obsessed with him as art. Well, guess what, Travis? You need to come to Louisiana in December and go with Kelsey and I to the Comic-Con that he's going to be at.
What? I need to get in on this.
He's going to go to Lafayette, and Kelsey and I talked about going. We're going to like interview him. I said we should get press passes. Like we're some big hot thing, you know? We're booktubers, and we talk about you on YouTube. So like, let us have a pass.
You'll get a whole deep dive into the Terrifier series. So you got an in right there.
I know. We have proof. We have actual video. So Kane was the best Jason. There were 4 guys that played Jason. They all played him differently. Yeah. And I am awkward in general. Don't even think about putting me near a celebrity. I'm a mess. And I then spent a stupid amount of time explaining that I meant what I meant because I watched her on my phone screen. It did not help.
Oh, no.
You had the snowball effect. Finish the ceiling fan and the big and small mirrors on the walls while listening on my headphones. Excellent. Wow. Gold star for you. You get a gold star for every part of your house that you dusted. How about that? And Hermie, just walk away at that point. I'm glad I'm cracking you up. Yes. Yes. Sometimes I think I need to do stand-up. Viviana, hello. Good morning, everyone. How are you this morning? And then that one scene with the elevator, I don't know why, but made me laugh at the first time. And that mug and computer scene scares me the most.
Yeah. It's rough.
I need to watch the rest of these Final Destination movies because I only have watched the first, and that was a million years ago. So my plan is if I start to see death patterns coming for me, I just freak him out by being like, oh, Daddy Death, come get me, big boy, and make him blush and stop trying to get rid of me. I wish Travis could actually say that for us.
Next time he's on, we'll make him say it.
Yep. There you go.
Oh, that would be a fun meetup. I'll see what I can do. Okay, I'll find out the dates. I will send them to you, and we will figure out if you can come or not, because I think that would be amazing if you could join us. In fact, I've even told my husband, I asked him, I'm like, can you drive us to Lafayette, Kelsey and me, to meet the Terrifier clown? It's like, what? He will do it, but he's just, I don't know. I wonder sometimes what he really thinks. He never really expresses it, but I'm like, he must really think, what have I gotten into? I did walk away, but not quick enough. That is amazing. Same cat. I think I watched the first two. Yes, we have to laugh at Travis. So he is extremely funny. That is why he's a silly butt cheek. So what are our intentions for the upcoming week? That is the question of the hour, or the last couple of minutes. What are your intentions this week, Liz? Because you, my friend, have a clean slate.
I do. I'm almost afraid to say it because then I'm going to be held accountable for it. But I'm going to finish this dumb picture project that has haunted me for like 2 decades. So I hope that happens. What else? And yeah, I think that's it.
Do you have any commitments? Do you have any like legit commitments on your plate that will take you out of the home?
Oh yeah, I've got a couple of interview things I have to do, and I have a couple of like committee meetings I have to do. But other than that, I think it'll be okay. Yeah.
Well, that'll be good. Really, like your first week that you're free, you almost want to just have a vacation.
Yeah, but if I do that, I'm going to be vacationing till August, and then I'm going to say, "What? I did nothing. I'm happy, but I did nothing." So I'm trying to avoid that this year.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Don't get caught up in that trap. Okay, well, that's good. Maybe you'll get even if you make any kind of progress with the pictures, that's better than nothing.
Finished. We're doing it.
Okay, good. Jan, what about you?
I'll be doing the bulk filming I talked about, and then I've got I want to go ahead and kind of get a jump on Vember, which is going to be my November vampire event.
That'd be so fun.
Because I've not done anything that big on my channel yet where I created something, hosted. I will be asking around for co-hosts, so if y'all are interested, let me know, because I do want to make it. Yes, anybody who is watching wants to help, let me know. I'll put you on something because I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I think it's going to be fun. So try to get a jump on being creative so it doesn't jump up on me, especially because one of my older daughters is getting married in October. So that's going to take a lot of time. So those are my plans, all pretty much YouTube connected stuff.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. And you are a Monster Squad member for Halloween-a-thon, so you'll be busy with that also. Yeah, this summer, I've decided I'm going to try to do all of my planning for my readathons, because this last time with Zombie-thon, I just waited too late to do stuff. And even though I pulled it off, it was very stressful. So that's my plan. I already have ideas for Zombie-thon for next year. I already have it down what my theme is going to be. It's just a matter of executing it. So if I can at least get everything, planned, then it's just a matter of putting all the pieces together. So that's one of my summer goals for sure. And what about you, Lee? What are you working on this week?
I am going to clean out my mudroom and organize that. I'm going to drop off the 2 boxes of books that I cleaned up to free little libraries. And I'm going to do any type of exercise 3 times.
Yay. I love that, because that way, if you can't get back to Pilates, you can at least walk or do something else. Yep. Yes, I love that. That is the one thing I have to say, Lee, that you are teaching me is don't put yourself in a box for something specific, because exercise could mean anything. Yeah. Instead of just trying to specifically do that one type of exercise. So you are helping me reframe how I say what I'm going to do. My intentions for this week are to work on the scrapbook room. I have listed it twice, Tuesday and Thursday. Those are the 2 days I've listed to do it. Of course, things can come up, but I'm not even thinking about it. I'm thinking about working in there. And then time track again, another week. I like it. I did calculate, it was actually 3.5 hours of social media scrolling out of the 168. Still low, but think about what you could do with 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
I could have made more progress on my scrapbook room. I could have walked that specific day. And then I'm going to walk once. I like that idea. Even though I have it listed all week long, I'm going to walk once. And I'm going to rejoin the 5 a.m. club. Wish me luck on this.
Wow.
So I just figured, I told myself I'm going to rejoin the 5 a.m. club because Bailey's basically waking me up anywhere between 5 and 6. So if I can do that, if I want to take a little power nap later in the day, I'm going to do that instead. I'd rather wake up at 5, have some alone time to myself because that's what I'm missing, and just take a little nap if I need to.
Sounds good.
So that's what I have for my intentions this week. So let's see what everybody else has here. Chris is remembering when Supernatural started doing cons. Me and my cousin actually thought we could seduce Jensen. That is hilarious. I'm determined to clean off the treadmill and use it. Yay, Swank. Yes. Treadmills are wonderful for becoming catch-alls for other things. Week intentions are bulk film and step away. Jen, you in?
I am. I'm in. We got this, Hermie. We got this.
And my intention actually this week is to not set any expectations for myself for the week and just kind of live in the moment for a bit and just let myself listen to my body and do what it wants. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that could be kind of dangerous, Travis. Just saying, especially if you meet somebody like The Rock. I'll be focusing on my new story while hounding my husband to finish my last one, sending it to the formatter soon. Yay! I love that. My grandson's birthday is coming up quickly, so I have some sewing projects to finish this week. Excellent. My intentions, number 1, keep updating my website. Number 2, I have a Tuesday phone call with someone at our Air Force Base about teaching Mahjong classes on base. Wow. And number 3, prepare for the conference in Atlanta. I love all of your intentions. And Vampvember. I have a bunch of reading to catch up on too. Excellent. I do as well. I have it on my list to start White Trash Zombie tomorrow because I'm actually going to be a guest on Christine and Cliff's live show for that. So I do have to actually read the book.
I'm almost done with it. I think you'll like it. It's a really fun read.
Everybody has said wonderful things about it. Not one person has said anything negative. Hubby's doing one last read through for me. He's the best. And Vampvember sounds fantastic. It does. And hello, Molly. I was hoping to go into town today, but I've left it too late again. So today I want to get up, laundry, watch a specific video, dishwasher, to-do list of things I risk forgetting. Excellent. And for this week, I want to go to a camping event. So it's all about preparing for that and getting to it, plus a couple of appointments on Monday. Wonderful. And the laundry today is part of the prep for camping. Very nice. I love how you got it all organized. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. And awesome intentions, everyone, cheering you on from Michigan. Thank you. And we're cheering you on. Can't wait to see what you've written, Em, when you put it out in the world. Yep. And good choice to Travis. And what is the 5 a.m. Club? I may already be a member and don't know it. It is a book that was written by Robin Sharma, the 5 a.m. Club, all about like getting more done and being more intentional with your time. So I read it. It's kind of a cheesy story. It's like a story that teaches you a lesson, I guess like a fable or something like that. So it's fiction. What would you call that, Liz? Like when it's fiction and nonfiction kind of blend?
Like allegorical fiction.
Allegorical fiction?
Yeah, I think in that case, if I'm remembering the book correctly.
Yeah, because I mean, they give you charts and they teach you things in it. And there's a message for it, but it's told in story form. So I would recommend reading it. Just know that the main character in it a little bit over the top and kind of cheesy. Like he's like this hippie dude and he talks like hippie slang and stuff. But there's a lot of good information in it if you want to implement it. You know, he also teaches you about having a bedtime routine, like a nighttime routine and a morning routine. And I kind of like that. I haven't been 100% successful with it, but there are benefits. And I did actually get up at 5 a.m. a lot during the school year, and not getting up and having that quiet time before my day starts really does impact the rest of my day. I will tell you. I'll be happy if I can join the 8 a.m. club. Well, you can. And I mean, 5 a.m. is just what he suggests. I think you can adapt it, because there was a time I thought about just doing 6 a.m. and then
It also depends on your schedule. If you worked overnights or something, you'd have it totally different setup. So
Right. I think it just 5 a.m. You could call it any a.m. that you want to. Whatever you want to do to implement these little habits, basically. I see 5 a.m. from the wrong side. And then thank you for the reminder, Kat. I want to start waking up a little earlier as well. I need to work on laying down and putting my phone down earlier in the night. And that's one of the things Robin Sharma talks about. He talks about, having a nighttime routine where you just have certain things that you do at night. And the first thing you do is unplug. So there's no not watching television, not doing any kind of screen time. And then you're just going through your process of winding down. And then that way you can sleep and it be a little more intentional. My issue is I'm not consistent. I mean, even though I give myself a bedtime, I'm not always consistent. I feel like I missed out on White Trash Zombie. Must remedy that soon. And I'm also in Michigan Southeast. Yay! Denise and M. Y'all are neighbors. I expect to not get to the camping event due to agoraphobia and medication side effects making things harder, but I'm refusing to give up. Well, I love that you are at least trying and you're making steps. And even if you don't make the camping event, at least you were doing the process of preparing for it. And maybe the next time they have a camping event, you'll get a little bit closer. So I think anything you do to make steps toward it earns you a gold star for that, Molly, because that is serious. I mean, you're dealing with something serious. And how cool, Denise, Southwest here. I'm currently in the 4 p.m. club. That's okay.
Woo-hoo.
I agree. I get up between 6 and 7 so I can chill before the kids start trickling down the stairs. Yep. I have a service dog that has put me on his routine schedule. So it sounds like I'm already doing it. Yeah. It's just that he breaks it down for different things for you to do with your hour in the morning kind of thing. So if you have certain things that you like to do. White Trash Zombie was good. 5 stars. It reminded me of iZombie TV show. Nice. Okay. So that is our intentions for the week. I think everybody has a great intentions. I appreciate everyone being here again for Saturday morning momentum. Thank you, ladies, for being a part of this project. I appreciate it. And I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Oh, Molly says, another thing I'd like to do this week is pick my focuses for June. So far, I want to get to Dublin, study Irish, read some Spanish, but I want to pick a health-related thing too. Excellent. And Molly, you could camp at home to ease it into doing it in the wild. That's a good idea, Swank. But if I don't get that done till June, that's okay. And thank you, everyone. What a great start to the day. So again, thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful Memorial Day if you celebrate the holiday and are off to enjoy it. Happy birthday to Tim. And we will see y'all next week. Bye.